Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Minnesota Vikings. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike, 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Come on, fellas.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They go counter with Breida. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here I come. Here I come.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Keep playing hard.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 60 yards. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On first down, Herbert. And this is Simpson with a catch. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check, 59, 52.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Here we go. 30 base.
54. Here we go.
Ready.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, Haywood.
Operating from the gun. Herbert, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Right there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
180. 55. Watch the run.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
First down, Los Angeles.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Man up, D.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Now it's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. 3rd and long. It's Goff. And he's going to go down again. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, foxtrot.
From the gun, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got Smith here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Take four.
Hey, Echo.
Mike's 54.
Hey, keep it up. Big River.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Hey, it's our house. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Now, watch 54. Watch
Looking
54.
to throw on second down. Herbert eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Oh, get him, get him, get him. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Maverick Walsh.
Throwing on second down. Goff. They'll set up a screen for Breida. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun. Goff. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Holt. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Rams.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. From the gun on third down, Goff going up top for Kupp. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
On second down, a run with Breida. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Jam him, jam him. Jam.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. Nothing is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. It's caught. Smith. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Boy, I know you felt that one.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watch the run.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert complete. Smith has it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
59.
Cut. Watch the twist.
Tight dog.
Watch the shift.
Big rip.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
3 down. 94 is the mic.
From the gun, Herbert. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. Mike's 5'9".
Operating from the gun. Herbert, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. 30. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready. Hey, exit. Still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Ready.
Following the fumble recovery, Herbert going to throw right side here, complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Looking to throw. Herbert, oh, he's going to go for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big three-point play right there, couldn't it?
Set to kick off.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Slam.
Now it's Breda. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go. Hey, watch Jester.
From the gun, here's Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This will be fielded at the 17. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Goff. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At the 41-yard line.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
59, Mike the 59.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Ready?
Sam, what's up? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
let's get the ball.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 5-4, Mike.
Deep river.
From the gun,
Here
Herbert.
we go, D. Here I come again.
He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
Let's go. Down. 18 Gator.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
You think you're going to get this? You think
Hey, wahoo.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set it.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Throwing again, Herbert. Smith catches left side. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Too little, cupcake. Shift.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Holt. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Tonight, 180.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Here I come.
Now Goff on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They run. Cook. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They run again with Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
I don't think you got it, son.
Back to throw. Goff. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Four
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Hold on. Check.
Hey, watch Sam. Check, Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
54.
It's just me and you. It's just not.
Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Keelan Cole, the intended target. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A pass there over the middle to start things out. Touchdown, Vikings!
That's it, huh?
Adam Thielen
Good work, boys. Let's
with
go.
touchdown number 7 on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check. Watch 54. 5. You're not ready.
On 2nd and 9, Goff under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
X3, 218, chopper.
They run with Breida.
Mike 54.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Back to throw. Herbert going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead is now 24. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Rams take over first
There we go.
and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Connection made here, Goff to Higbee.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is Breida. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down forthcoming.
It's now 4th down.
They run for it with Breida. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A shotgun snap for Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Goff now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try to run with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Vikings' 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch 54.
6 man. Check curls.
76, tell him. 76. Watch that, 76. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, me and you all day.
One last throw here for Goff. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is